Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Ops Experts Club. Another fine week with us here.
Good day.
Thank you. Savannah, you as well.
Hello.
There we
Good
go.
day.
Now we're all here. Well, great to see you all again this fine Thursday. Last week we had a rather fun and thrilling conversation with one of our own.
Mhm.
One that was so thrilling we all couldn't be a part of it, unfortunately. So we caught the replay, which is always available on the Facebook page and the Facebook group, and sometimes in YouTube.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun to see. That was Catherine. She's been doing a lot of recruiting projects for us, and recruiting is pretty fun. I mean, clients like recruiting projects. They like having us do recruiting for them.
I didn't realize how in depth they go with it too, just because I'm not in that recruiting arm of Collab at all. So listen to them talk about it, I was like, holy cow, they go deep. Like she
Yeah.
mentioned, like she reads through every single resume that she gets. I'm like, holy moly. I had no idea how much time and effort goes into that recruitment arm. I'm pretty impressed actually.
Yeah, I got to look a little bit into the process when I was helping Rainmakers make their like SOP for it, working with David and Catherine. And yeah, it's so much more involved than because I've helped with hiring on like on a really small scale. And it was, we had like 3 applicants that I had to go through, and it was super simple and it was like low level stuff. So yeah, they really like get into it.
Especially the headhunting part, like where they're going out and actively looking for people. Like my background, it was always like, you had to like turn people away from wanting a job. They're like, sorry, we don't have any positions. Like you always had like, some 19-year-old kid saying, hey, can I work here? So like the whole aspect of like having to go out and post job listings and actually go out and actively look for people is it's funny. It was foreign to me. I didn't realize. I mean, I've seen like Indeed postings. I just didn't, I guess I never saw or understood probably how much goes into the back end of having to sift through all of the applicants, find the people, who's a good person, like, are they the right fit for the company, for the job posting, all of that. It's pretty, I mean, I could see why people have other companies recruit for them.
Yeah. And I mean, it's different with these online people, with the brick and mortar store you worked at, people could just anytime walk in, hand your resume. You might or may not be hiring, but they can come in and do that. It's like, how do you do that to these online companies we're working for? How do you just like proactively send them like, just in case you're curious, here's
Yeah.
my stuff.
Yeah,
Unless
and it's
they're
so much harder too because it's not like you can even like put a face to a name or a resume. Like if you're an online entrepreneur, you're just getting like maybe a picture, maybe like a quick little like Loom video to go along with the resume. But yeah, brick and mortar. So like if somebody comes in and I talk to them, I can sit there and talk to them for 5-10 minutes, kind of get a feeling for them before I even pass on the resume to anybody. In this space, yeah, what do you do? Send along a video? Like, here's my Instagram handle.
Well, I was just talking with a friend about this who is applying for it. And this is something that I think is like a benefit that's cool about what we do. How we were talking, how, we talk about Catherine, like we'll literally read every resume and like try and get a feel. But a lot of these bigger companies, that's why those algorithms and things exist, because they're just looking for those keywords to weed them out quickly. And so a friend who is currently applying for things more in that corporate space, she said that you're actually not supposed to include a photo. You're not supposed to include like special formatting or things that set you apart because it glitches their algorithm. It makes it harder for it to read your resume. And so you'll just instantly be canned. And they won't give you a second look, which really sucks because yeah, like in my experience, because that was why I offered it to her. I'm like, yeah, I made my resume like a little bit quirky and put my picture and stuff in there. And that's, and it's attention grabbing and whatever. And then so they'll put you, even if they're not hiring, they'll kind of put you at the top of the pile because they know that you're a standout person, but you don't get to do that in the online space very much. So I really appreciate that our team will actually like sit there and like get a feel for each person with their resume.
Yeah, I mean, because who knows how many great candidates you could lose just through. I think she mentioned that too, that she didn't trust the LinkedIn algorithm to find good people because yeah, I mean, if it's just based on keywords, like there could be somebody who maybe doesn't have the exact corporate lingo who you want on your team because they don't have corporate lingo and they're not like a corporate person. Like if you're looking for somebody who's a little outside the box, you're gonna have a hard time finding that just based on keyword algorithms. They're gonna get sifted through immediately.
Yeah, and sometimes I get the most intel looking at just the past experience section, and that is just telling you job history. How do they work? Where do they work? How long do they stick around? Do they move up?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with like the keywords they might be looking for inside of my skills area where I say I'm a hard worker. Because who isn't? Job.
Goal oriented. Isn't everybody goal oriented though?
Tasker.
Money oriented. I like that one.
That's the true one. And honestly, like if someone puts that in their resume, you know that they're going to be honest and a straight shooter with you. So
That's
give
fair.
that person a second look.
And they might not have a limit. They might be able to do some stuff as long as the money's high enough.
That's true.
That's Travis. Travis will tell you he'll do anything if you flash dollars at him. So
I'm gonna remember that.
really, like if you're like, I'll give you a look. He'll dig ditches, he'll work on your computer, he'll do anything if you're gonna pay him right. So
Oh, that's great.
That's cool. Well, yeah, that was fun. I feel like anybody looking for a job, it's always a great idea to listen to recruiters. Like
Yeah.
you can find videos on recruiters talking about what they look for and just hearing how the whole system works these days in regards to algorithms and online postings and utilizing that to your advantage because it's there and the knowledge is there and we need to use it to our advantage. If we just try to ignore it and just be like, well, those stupid algorithms, if they want to filter me out, they can filter me out. Well, then you might not get picked for the job you want.
This is very true.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the difference of like recognizing when you're going with a smaller company versus a big company. Like if you're applying to, a small business that you've purchased courses from that you really are passionate about, then you're probably going to be fine doing your, more like set apart personal thing.
Mhm.
If you're applying for like Neutrogena or something, then like, yeah, you're going to probably have to like toe the corporate line because that's the kind of job that it's going to be. So
Fair.
Yeah, a lot of the bigger companies too, they'll have their own application page and process. So you're not just sending resumes. That way they can custom filter you out based on individual responses to answers. And it's even like you type your cover letter here in this box instead of providing one and then fill out your work experience in these boxes and then maybe attach your traditional resume. So that really gives them their own control.
Yeah, I had the similar experience to that before I moved in with the collab team. I was actually looking around at what was available in my area, and we're mostly government and science jobs. And applying for a government job, that's a whole good luck with that. Like it's like that times 10, and they want you to type out your cover letter and attach a cover letter. And I'm like, is this the most efficient way to be doing this? No wonder this is a government job.
it's government. They're not going to do it efficiently.
Wow. Well, that's fun. I really love our recruiting projects. Our clients love the recruiting projects. They really bring a lot of value. Especially headhunters will charge a percentage of salary for everybody they bring in that lasts over certain months. They'll get some kind of big bonus. So for us to just have a straightforward, like, here's a price, go to market for you. And, we take them from beginning to end and have you step in on the final interview and say yes or no. It's just one cost. It feels good for people. And it really takes a lot of weight off their shoulders when they need this person. So they're probably being overworked as it is.
Yep.
And I will say too, shameless plug for collab. You're going to be hard pressed to find a recruiter that also has the same team like already in your organization, working with your organization operations wise. I think that's one of the great benefits we bring is we're most likely already in your organization working through your operations with you. So anybody who we bring in through recruitment, we're already going to have a communication pipeline with them, so the recruiters can bring them straight to us and we can begin to immediately start training and placing them in those specific roles that you're needing. So I don't think you get that with a lot of recruiters. Most of them just say, hey, here you go, drop them off and peace out. But here we're like, here we go, we found them. Now we're going to hold their hand into your organization in the onboarding.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that. Yeah, that's huge because yeah, like onboarding is it's a big old time suck. So
Yep.
It even goes hand in hand with our, for those of us, those clients on retainers, like our model of we kind of fill in the gaps and hold a space and then bring somebody in with us. So we're the knowledge base. We kind of train them and give them to you as like, here's your new person that didn't even exist on your company before.
Mhm.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, great time. If you all didn't watch it, I highly recommend it. It was a good one, not just because Catherine's with the Clap team, but just because recruiting's fun. A lot of job changes going on out there right now. So,
Mhm.
you know, a recruitment refresher. If you're looking to hire or you're looking for a job, it's a great video to watch. Check it out.
Check it out.
Slash something is the collab team. Facebook.com/the collab team.
Yep.
or if
Perfect.
you're in our Ops Experts Club group, I just shared it to there this morning. So.
Nice. All right, let's move on. We got something else we want to discuss here. We really enjoy cool tools here. If you haven't noticed, a lot of cool tools going on. There's always, they multiply exponentially too. There's like buckets of SaaS products. They're just everywhere. So we've talked project management tools before. We've kind of highlighted a few we've worked in personally that we have a lot of experience in, being Monday, nice popular one, Asana. Teamwork, we touched a little bit on Teamwork before, not as popular, but I have a little experience there. Is there any other ones we looked at? The old, that was it, right?
I think
I think
so.
that was
Yeah. Well, we got some new ones here for you. And some of them are new. Some of them are old. We're just bringing up because maybe they've had a nice facelift. They've starting to get their traction again in the industry. So, Savannah, what do you have for us?
So I'm going to be talking a little bit about Trello, which has existed for a while, and it looks pretty much the same as it has for a long time. I think that they have added more functionality since I was using it, gosh, like almost 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But anyway, so they're super user friendly for well, for visual people. I think it's really popular among like the arts crew. And so we actually have a client that that is using it that we're implementing for the rest of her team, and they are like a visual arts and crafts company, so it makes sense. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and just kind of show you guys what it looks like, and then we'll take a look at the pricing. And I'm just gonna do my whole screen, which always makes me a little nervous, but it'll be fine. Can you guys see what's going on here?
Yep.
Okay.
We see a train.
What?
I see a train. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so they give you lots of templates and they give you pictures in the background, so that's kind of fun too. Is that, and Asana and stuff, you can do that too if you want to get like super customized with things. But where Trello is like such a visual, like it's all kind of on Post-it notes, which I think is funny that they like their example. This is a template that I just plugged in. They have Post-it notes there. So I'm a sucker for Post-it notes, so I kind of like that. Like you can even just create like a little, you can create a list, and then you could just like type in notes and things. So where it's similar to Asana is that you have like, these are kind of like I look at each list as like a project. And then within the project, you have these little, they call them cards. And then so you add a card and then you can put, you know, whatever the task is. And then,
Blur.
and then from there, you can add your team members to it and assign it to them. You can add labels to it. So you can, like, I was thinking that depending on how many teams you have or how many different like task type of things you have, you can add a label, and then it basically color codes it. So then when you're looking at your whole board, it'll have like a little color tab on it. I guess I should just do it. So then when you look at it, it has that color tab. So it might be like you're on design team, and so you only need to focus on design things. And it might not be something that you're assigned to, but you just want to keep an eye on it. So you're like, oh, orange is me. So you can check that out. And then you can assign due dates. So just like Asana. And then if you go to just your home page, which I think you would just click on the Trello. Maybe not. Maybe not. home. There you go. So that'll show you all of your upcoming tasks that are due. So also kind of similar to Asana. It's just a lot more like pretty. And so it might like, spur a little bit more of that dopamine while you're using it. So there's that. And then the free version is actually pretty robust. You can have as many team members as you want on your free team. So that's really cool. The main limitation is that you're only allowed 10 boards per free account. But I don't think that's really a problem because within your board, you can have up to like 500 of these little lists.
Oh.
And you can have like 5,000 cards. So, I mean, you could do a lot with the free version. But I did just to look, I did bring up, oh gosh. There it is. I did bring up the pricing so you can look at it. I guess if you wanted to have like a really big team, you could add, the fancier levels. You get unlimited boards, advanced checklists. So you can add like little subtasks within those cards, and you can assign team members and due dates to those checklists, but only if you're premium. So that's a little catch there. But $5 per user per month also isn't super expensive.
Yeah.
So there's that. So there's my thing on Trello. I think it's going to be a good one for smaller teams. I think if you're working with a lot, like a bigger team and a lot of projects, I think it would get too busy. But if you're a small team working on just a few things, then I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we actually, in my previous line of work, we had a social media manager, and she worked primarily through Trello. And the way we used it was, she would have those project sections of things that she was working on, putting out a promo photo or a post. And it was really easy for us to just go in and say, yes, approve, yes, approve, yes, approve. We can see it right there. Like, what is she planning to post? Or in that, if we didn't like the way it looked, we could leave a note and say, hey, can you remove the blue background, or can you remove this person? For the creative space, it makes a lot of sense to me. And it was really easy up from the operational side for me to not have to be like, could you email me a picture of that? Or could you Slack me the video? Like, I could just log in and see everything that was being worked on and everything that was going to be posted.
That's cool. I like that. And that actually, just thinking about that, like that could be something where those labels come in really handy, where it's like, it's red if it needs, looking at, and green if it's good to go,
Sure.
or what have you.
Sure.
I like that. Yeah, I haven't used Trello much. Been in a few times. It seems pretty cool. Just the different boards mean different things, different people or different things live under different boards. And then I'm sure they've got automations you can put in place moving between different boards, kicking off certain things. So that's a pretty awesome. And yeah, I like that idea for content. You move it to like needs review board, and whoever is reviewing content just logs in once a day. They review everything they need to, then they're done. And the next day they log in, the review what they need to, and they're done. And really nice, clean process. So that looks fun.
I have seen that for individuals. They use it a lot as, and that's like most of their templates is like to be done, in process, and complete. Like that seems to be kind of like the most common way that visual people are using it.
Yep. Although some people say in progress, some people say in process.
I'm a progress kind of guy myself.
Yeah.
Yes. Processing. Yeah, interesting.
It
It seems like a digital term versus like a physical term.
yeah.
Like I'm painting, it's in progress. I'm working on SOP, it's in process.
Fun. Well, I got one for you guys. It's one I've been hearing a lot about. The people who like it, it's got a lot of customizing options to it. It's not like a Monday where you just get what you get. Or, I mean, you can have forever columns and do all these different things, but when you open up an item, it really gives you a lot of customizations, which I can't show you now because I don't have one. I mean, I have a free one, but it is a ClickUp. Heard a lot of great things about it. I don't know if you guys have heard about it.
Off and on.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, from what I heard, it's just great in regards to the customization of different things in it. Task whiteboards, dashboards, chat goals, docs. It's pretty similar to a Monday. just been messing around with it a little bit. It's, got a pretty similar, I'm just in the project management workspace here that I created for myself. Pretty similar, you got your task, you're assigning your due date, and then of course I can keep going with columns, and
Mhm.
I can create a library of different custom fields to use as columns. Inside the task, this is where I've seen people create other custom fields inside the task here that can trigger different automations.
Interesting.
And I did see somebody use it to trigger ChatGPT, which is pretty cool. Connected to Zapier, and the ChatGPT would read the prompt here in the description and come back with a response in the description that it was asked to do. So that was pretty neat to see.
Interesting.
So I like it. I gotta get rid of this white background now, though. Somehow I'm a little bit of a dark background person. It's a little bit blinding.
Dark mode. I also appreciate that their main page has a Lord of the Rings reference.
Oh no, did it?
It's very subtle, but it was one app to replace them all.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
Funny. Blew right by me. Let's look at some pricing. It does have a free forever, which is great. Unlimited tasks, which is great. They don't limit you there. Storage is where they limit you, but that's fine if you're just using it for tasks. You don't need to host files.
And 100 megabytes is quite a bit if you're just like occasionally sending a thing over.
Mhm. And check this out, unlimited free plan members.
Nice.
So you do have a business. You can have members.
Wow.
So you're getting a lot here. So even on the next tier up, what would you be getting? You're basically getting, that's where they get you with the integrations and the dashboards. And that's always what you want to move in towards. So that's it right there. That's what you're going to want to pay for.
Interesting.
And then the custom fields. Yeah. But this is basically comparative to the Asana free version. Except
Yeah,
Asana doesn't have unlimited free plan members. I think we have a limit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah.
And this seems great if you just need something quick to get you off the ground.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, so I didn't get it. I was trying to mess around with it. One thing I think is cool is under import, you can like select
Oh, wow.
your source. So as you download a list of stuff from Monday, you can import a Monday source file. Asana, Excel, Trello, Jira.
That's nice.
Jira, which is
Another one, and then you decide that it's too complicated. You can be like, we're going in that one, or too expensive or whatever. Bring it on in.
apps. So they do have apps, automations, screen recording,
Interesting.
email, like that.
Jiffy. Because you need to be replying with GIFs all the time. It's the spice of
Yeah.
spice of life when you're working.
Integrations have moved to App Center. Yeah, so we got a lot here, all your classics.
Interesting. But I can see why people are liking it.
Yeah. And then email integration so that you can even use your email in here.
That's interesting.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call it complete though. What do you guys think of ClickUp?
I like it. I am intrigued.
Nice.
Yeah. I feel like it's really straightforward. I like how well presented everything is, because that's I feel like Trello has a lot of those same integrations and functions, but you have to try harder to get to them. And that one's just here's all the things that we do. Just click a button.
All right, Ben, what do you got for us? I heard you found a cool one.
I am gonna show y'all Proof Hub. So Proof Hub reminded me much more of Asana. I actually didn't dig too far into any integrations. It's something I might check on actually now that you went through that, Taryn. But I really like this, and I might suggest it as a project management tool for Collab moving forward, just because their pricing plan's so great. But this is
right now.
what's that?
we're looking at it right now. Like this
Yeah.
is like, you have like your little, it's a little dashboard for your whole day.
Yeah, it's actually really great. So in here, this is your home screen. You've got, your quick shortcuts to where you need to go, current projects you're working on. Inside those projects from the tasks, you get an agenda of what you need to do today or what you've got maybe, coming up soon or what you're overdue on. I've got my tasks that I need to finish out here, and I can go into each of these projects. So that comes with an onboarding project, just as sort of like an example that they give you. Very Asana-esque. I just made another simple project called Ops Experts Club of downloading a recording and uploading a recording. And again, very Asana-like. You can click in, change your start and due dates, assignees. I do like, and I noticed on that while you're going through it, Taryn, is the adding your log time of what you've worked on that project. That's really nice. So that if I start working on this, I can just start in a timer so that I don't have to be like, how long was I working on that project again? And I have to go back and try and, go through everything. I can just start a timer. When I'm done, pause it, and then just save my time. And I can go back through on myself. And I can assign it to a timesheet. The date, and then I can go back and always check my own work on how much time I spent on this project. So it's super nice. I can drop subtasks into this, and of course, assign it to any team members I want to. And so this all lives within the project. Cool thing too is, Savannah, you can have like your card view, which lets you have your drop down of projects. And as I've finished them, I can move it over to done. And it just shows me what's been updated. The cool thing, what I do like about ProofHub here too, is in each project, I can have discussions with my team. I can add topics. We can chat back and forth similar to Slack. I can upload all of the files needed for this project into this file section. So any PDFs you might need, any SOPs you might need, any video images you might need, you can just drop right in here and everybody has access to that. Again, I can see like the time I've been working on it so far. So it's really, it's robust in that it's not super, it doesn't give you a lot of those dopamine hits. It's not super pretty, but like everything where you're like, man, I really wish I could like leave a note. Oh, I can do that. Like it's very, very robust in the details, I guess.
Mhm.
No, they make up for all of it because they give you the post-it notes right on the. It's like Asana and Trello had a baby and made this thing.
Yeah.
And so you get like a little bit of all of it. Like I love this little welcome screen. It makes me so happy.
And you add stickies. We can add a sticky and say blah.
Oh,
I'm not sure where that goes, but it just lives in your home screen. So you can have a list of
stickies.
notes for yourself here. And you can be bookmarking different tasks or lists or files inside of a project that you might want to get to really quickly. So I like it. It seems really intuitive. It makes sense as you're working through it. It took me about 10 minutes to be like, oh yeah, this I know how to do this. In the pricing, that's one of the kickers too. They have an ultimate control and a essential. The great thing is it's unlimited users and you get 15 gigs of storage in the essential. So if you do need to drop large files into those projects, you can. I would recommend, honestly, just the essential, because with the ultimate, you do get more storage and you get more projects. But if you're completing projects, you can always delete them as you go. Outside of that, there's not really a ton that you don't get between the two pricing plans. You can, recover some things you deleted, and you can create custom roles for, if you want certain people to only have certain access inside it. But really that and the storage is the main difference between these two. But again, you're getting unlimited users on both 45 or just double that. It's a pretty good deal, especially if you're like the collab team where you're bumping up against those user limits and say something like an Asana.
yeah.
Yeah, because even at the $5 per user, like our team is what, like 16 now. So we would already be saving, we'd already be saving money a month if we just did that with the flat fee than if we were doing one of the $5 a month ones. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You never see that. No per user costs. Whew.
So I don't know, something maybe we might see some more of in the future.
Yeah, I liked it. It was
I'm
very
geeked
pleasing.
about it.
Savannah's gonna switch her life, her family to and let us know.
I might have to. Right now I have everything in Asana and I've been telling everyone about Asana for months and now I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna do? My whole worldview's been shattered.
Well, that is the whole goal here at Ops Experts Cool Tool section is we get to look at some cool tools that even impress ourselves that we might move into. So thanks, Ben and Savannah, for sharing your cool tools as well. That was fun.
That was fun.
It was.
Yeah, I love those. And I hope other people watching this gets to see them because Proof Hub, I've only heard once. One
Yep.
person who uses it. It seems pretty cool.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm stoked. I'm super excited. I'm gonna try not to have myself just go immediately download it because that's what happens every time that we do a cool tool. I like download 3 more apps and then I kind of learn them and then don't use them because we haven't integrated yet. So
All right, let us know how that goes for you in a couple weeks, Savannah. See how Proof Hub is working out. We'll see you all next week at another Ops Experts Club. We got a super awesome special guest talking a very important topic. So looking forward to that. See y'all later.
See ya.